Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, it's free agency frenzy, not so much for our Lions, but, you know, everyone else was picking up players and stuff like this, so we'll go into all of that. We have the Detroit Lions on the Prowl trivia question this week, and our winners from Twitter and I think Facebook, but I'm not sure about that yet. We have a bunch of other stuff planned for today, but first, I got to kick it to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. You know, we got the main course, dessert with Curt, and all that good stuff. But as always, hey, join the family. Subscribe to the channel. We don't got fans. We don't got viewers. We got family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now, let's bring in the third member of the team, my man, Mike Jones.
Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. What's going on, people?
Hey,
Coach
let's
Mike.
get this thing started
Right now.
Let's go.
You heard him.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. We're really excited about free agency. So right now we're going to go to Curt Steele to kick us off on our free agency frenzy today.
Hey, no big surprise. We called it on the show. We said that Romeo Okwara, and I called it, and then Mike really seconded it. I called it a couple weeks ago. I said, Romeo Okwara is going to find a way to stay in Detroit to play with his brother. I said, don't close the book on him. The chapter's not done. Just because he didn't get tagged doesn't mean he's going to be leaving. And lo and behold, the first player that we signed is who? Romeo Okwara. And that was like the earliest, one of the earliest deals in free agency was the fact that the Lions brought back Romeo Okwara, 3 years, $39 million. All of that is, you know, not guaranteed. $14 million guaranteed. Looking at the deal, some of it's going to be spread out in this incentive-based contract. I like the deal just because of the fact that if you look at the Shaq Barrett deal, that dude got 4 years, $72 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of cheddar.
And I know you guys heard it. And I'm gonna speak on it right quick and we're gonna leave it alone. Somebody over at 97 won a ticket, said, oh, you guys overpaid for Romeo Okwara, but he's $5 million under what he should be getting anyway. No. Or what the base market price is anyway. So how you gonna say we overpaid, but then you say we got a fair price? It doesn't make any sense. So we got a fair price for him. We got market value for what he was worth, according to Spot Track. He was worth about $10 to $11 million a year. That's what it's going to average out to be, maybe a little bit less with the guarantees and then spread out over those next 3 years. I like the signing. He's been in the league for a little while, but the guy's only 25 years old. Yeah, he's 25.
Exactly.
He's 25 years old. He hasn't even reached his ceiling yet. People are talking about, oh, he's old. He's been in the league. No, guy is 25. The guy is 25. He hasn't even reached his potential yet. So he's going to be reaching his peak when his brother is starting to peak. And that is exciting for me.
Yes, it is.
And another little interesting tidbit about this before we kick it over to you, Mike, is that his contract is ending the same time as his brothers. They both contracts end in 2023.
Wow.
So, Mike, what you got on the Romeo Okwara?
Well, I told you from the get-go, his brother stay in his basement, man. He ain't going nowhere. You know, he ain't gonna come home like, hey, little bro, yeah, we got to move. You know, but man, I think it was a good signing, man. It was a fair price. We didn't overpay. 97 won a ticket is sometimes emotional about what they do. So, you know what I'm saying? So they don't really, but man, I like it, man. I like that we brought him back. He was the #1 guy that I would choose to bring back. That was going to be a free agent. So I'm happy, man. I'm just happy with it, man. What you think, Jim?
I'm happy with it because it fills a big need. That defensive end position is a big need. If Trey Flowers can stay healthy, we got 2 edge guys now. So I mean, I think we're not set there. I'm not saying that, but we got Julian, his brother, as a pass rusher from the edge position. We've got him as an end. I think our pass rush is setting up a little bit better. Hold on, let me take a little bit more of the Kool-Aid. Oh.
Yeah, Austin Bryant comes back healthy.
Yeah. See, I'll drink some more. Hold on.
Yeah, drink up.
Oh,
Jim,
yeah,
drink
yeah.
up.
It's looking really good now. But I got something on Jalen Reeves-Maybin, who is the second guy that we signed. We signed 2 people yesterday, and they're both from our own team. So I mean, we didn't go out and grab anybody, but Jalen Reeves-Maybin makes sense in this defense. He's fast. He's an end-to-end guy. I like his speed. But people think, oh, he got $2 million. No, he didn't. He did, but not against our cap. There's a rule, just like in the NBA, when you sign your own players, I think it's a 4-year thing where we're only paying half against the cap on Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I don't know how many people knew that, but there is an exception that the Lions can use on 2 players. And they're going to use it on Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and so we're only paying him $1 million. I mean, it's not a big contract at all for us. But the kid gets all of his money. He gets that 2.4. I think it was 2.4, if I'm not mistaken. But he gets all of that money because it's all fully guaranteed for the kid, and so he's going to have motivation to play. But the genius Mike Disner created some room by signing one of our own back and getting a discount for it. I think that's an amazing signing for us, but I'm not thrilled about who we didn't sign or the lack thereof of moves. What do you think? What do you got there, Mike?
Yeah, so we in other news, Jarrad Davis signed with the Jets. 1 year, $7 million. Obviously, that's a little bit more than I would have paid for him. But
me too.
I think the Jets obviously see something in Davis that they can use. He can't open field tackle and he can't cover. So I don't really know. I mean, he's a good pass rusher. He's good. He's good at the point of attack. He doesn't shed blocks really too easily, so I'm not really too pressed about Jarrad Davis being gone. I would have liked him as depth, maybe, as a guy, kind of come in for a few plays here and there, but he definitely wasn't going to be a starter at all.
No.
So I'm not as hurt about Jarrad Davis, and the fact that they paid him $7 million makes my mind relax a little bit better. So what you think, Curt?
Yeah, Davis, I wish him good luck. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Tip your server on the way out. So, I'm happy for him. Maybe he gets a chance and he can prove that he can play in the league. That's all I can say about it.
Salah, maybe he can change.
Robert Salah maybe can turn him around. For me, the biggest surprise, not the fact that Jamal Agnew left the Lions, but what his contract. 3 years, upwards of up to $21 million. Now it's not $21 million.
Right. It's incentive laden.
Incentive laden up to $21 million. I'm like, whoa, that is a for a guy who's primarily a returner, that's a really good contract. So
that's a great contract.
And some of the moves that were around the league, we talked, looking at, what Jim said and, people, spending money and look at the Patriots.
Patriots.
Never seen
the
Patriots.
They packed them. You know what, though? They were so lacking in talent last year. A lot of people opted out of the year. So it was that desperate times called for desperate measures. So they needed to retool. You got Jacksonville making a lot of moves. But here's my deal. And now bear with me. And I think Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are sticking to the script. They said they weren't going to make these big splashes. They already said it. We're not going to make some big splash signings in free agency. It's not about one player. It's about building the team. And I think this is my foresight of what I think they're doing. Okay, we have some salary cap issues. It's not going to be fixed easy, right? People are talking about, hey, you can sign a guy and backload the contract, but sometimes that creates a bigger cap issue down the line. So
Right.
what do? We take our time, get some second and tier free agents. They already said it's going to be, some tough sledding. They want to bring in some guys that's going to compete, but it's not going to be these big splash signings. You're still going to have some guys that's going to do prove it deals, because this is just think about this. Free agency isn't even 24 hours. It's still the negotiating period. It hasn't even been 24 hours yet. And, you see all these deals that's being agreed to. Give them some time. I know some guys got away that everybody wanted on that wish list, like John Johnson III and, Corey Davis and other guys. But the Lions, if you look at their contracts, the Lions weren't going to be able to match those contracts with their cap situation.
Absolutely not. That's so true.
Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are sticking to the script, playing the long game, trying to fix the salary cap issue while retooling the team.
Another thing that happened was Joe Dahl was released, but when people say they just cut him, that's kind of not true. He was cut with an injury designation. He hurt his back last year and just couldn't come back from it. He was a shell of himself. He had some knee injuries and some back injuries, and the Lions decided to, instead of have a settlement, which would have came if they hadn't cut him, that they decided to save the money and waive him injured. So that's the situation with Joe Dahl. So you understand. But also, I'm looking at the Patriots. This is the first time that I've seen Belichick blink.
Right. Yeah, me too.
I'm saying he blinked big.
I see fear in New England. I do.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've ever seen that. And to me, I'm loving it. I mean, our Lions are staying disciplined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they stay disciplined for so long, though. I think Belichick is like, you know what? I gotta eventually just spend a little bit of money. I can't be tight pocketed all the time. It's not going to get me nowhere. I'm rebuilding. Brady's gone. It's like I gotta retool somehow. So I gotta spend the money.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always seen New England as patient, playing the long game, drafting well, getting compensatory picks from the league, and they shove an FU extra in their pocket, I'm pretty sure. It just seems that way to me. They're in it for the long haul, and I don't see this long haul. I see this as it's a desperate attempt to get something going from England.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Jim. Just looking at looking at Twitter, they said the Patriots have spent $194.5 million in contracts on the first day of free agency. John O. Smith,
7 hours, I think.
And within 7 hours, it's like Matt Judon. The man, it just goes on and on. I mean, like they dashed out some dough. The Brinks
Nelson
truck
Aguilar
was definitely. And this thing, they just signed Cam Newton to a 1-year deal. So it was, what's
going on though? I got something out of this. I see they're doing something different over there now. I would not be shocked if they traded up with Detroit for that number 7 pick to get a quarterback. Because they got a 1-year deal with Cam Newton.
They want to draft for the. That's pretty much if you look at that's how they did with Tom Brady. They already had Drew Bledsoe in the house. He was starting quarterback. They got a late round pick. Hey, they would take a flyer on Tom Brady, but now they're in a situation where it may be more desperate, where they want to get better faster.
If Trey Lance is there at number 7, I think we have a trade partner. Is what I'm saying. And I didn't think that before, but the way this is setting up, it really does look like it. So other things that are kind of going on right now, there's a possible landing spot for Matt Prater. This makes me sad. Dave Burkett is reporting that the Arizona Cardinals may be interested in our ancient kicker, our old kicker. He didn't do too well last year, and maybe bringing on somebody new wasn't so bad. Remember, we had a great punter, we thought. And we had him for years, got rid of him. All of a sudden, we bring in the Fox. And what does the Fox say? Pro Bowl.
The Foxy himself.
So maybe this is a good thing. What do you think, Kurt?
Yeah. Legatron. It may be time for Legatron to start over somewhere else. He just had a down year last year. He goes to another indoor stadium. So good luck out there kicking in that win in Seattle during the winter.
He's not there yet.
Yeah, he made it. You know what though? He's not. This was his second stint in Detroit. So he made he made good of it. Some really good memories in Detroit. You know, one of the best kickers in the league ever. So I can't say anything really bad about him. You know what I'm saying?
He was a good guy.
You know,
funny as heck too.
It may be just time to, you know, hey man, like I said, thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Keep your waiter on the way
good
out.
luck with your future endeavors.
Good luck at the different. Hey, safe travels, bro.
Yeah. You know what's funny? What's funny to me is of all of the topsy-turviness the Lions have gone through, the one solid spot in our franchise has been the kicker. From Jason Hanson to Matt Prater. It's like that's like,
but it took a minute to get to Prater before we had that. We had some issues.
After Hanson left, we had some issues too.
We had Akers or something like that who could kick it acres away from the goalpost, and
he went to Philly and had a good career.
But he was good before that. He comes here and was terrible. But it is what it is.
That's that mojo.
So there's one more thing I want to get to, and then let's just discuss a little bit more about Lions free agency. But the new Lions wide receiver, Tyrell Williams, says, I don't see this as a rebuild. He says, I guess I don't really see it as a rebuild. I feel any team could come out there. It's the NFL, no matter where the media wants to make it a rebuild or whatever they say. I feel like we have a chance to go out there, make the playoffs, and win a Super Bowl.
Tyrell.
What? What's going on here? Why?
You're doing this, and you need to be doing this.
Yeah.
I don't get that. It's a retool rebuild. I don't know, whatever he calls it. Tyrell, I mean, I feel you, brother, and everybody wants to be able to compete and say the right thing, and I don't think it's a rebuild. Nah,
you guys had me so screwed up, dude.
It is.
I thought you would tell me to shut up.
No, we were telling him.
No,
like, hey, bro, you doing this, so you need to be doing this,
funny
man.
show, man.
Like, I know you have faith in your team and your teammates, bro. I mean, Tyrell, we're not shading you, bro, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're building to win this year.
Like the late great John Witherspoon used to do.
But what I'm saying here is, he's on a 1-year deal. So honestly, if you don't win the Super Bowl with us this year, he kind of ain't. So maybe he needs to see it like that to perform.
Right. Yeah, true.
But
true.
we were talking about the Lions' swings and misses, and John Johnson, I think, is the one guy that I really would have liked to have had here.
Yeah. That contract in Cleveland was beastly.
Cleveland's getting stronger and stronger, but we're going to be there someday. Stick to the plan. There's one thing I gotta say that I didn't expect, these huge contracts for 3, 4, 5 years coming out this year, and it happened.
Not at the gate.
It happened, and I was quite shocked at some of that. And I think some of it is that I'm shocked on the players' point of view, because I think the players could have got a little bit more money later, but you do have teams that have cap room. And so that mismatch where teams that have cap room are going to go out there and sign all these players, and the teams don't have much, they're going to be losing a lot of players. So just see how it all works out. What do you guys think the Lions are going to be adding in free agency? What are we looking for now? Now that we've kind of signed our own and we've let a lot of people walk, we got some gaping holes in this team. Where do we go?
I think O-line depth. O-line depth, linebacker depth, receiver depth.
Ode Abushi maybe as a re-signing?
Yeah, because it just depends. See, I don't really know how to evaluate these guys under Patricia era. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you gotta fire everybody and rehire them. You gotta re-interview them for their job. I mean, that's basically what's going on.
Yeah, and you got to figure out what you can get out of them too.
Exactly.
What do you think, Curt?
Yeah, I mean, especially on that, position players and on the defense, and you got a lot of guys playing out of position, just using, underutilized or used incorrectly for their skill sets. And I'm interested to see what, like Aaron Glenn said, that he's going to build his defense based on the skill set of the players and not his scheme. So, which is, we've talked about this several times where, a certain individual was always, it's the scheme, and the scheme works. And if you just execute the scheme correctly, it's going to be okay. Hell no, was not okay because you have players playing out of position. So it is what it is as far as that's concerned. But yeah, I'm interested to see like where we're going to look as far as I maybe see us adding maybe a running back or maybe some skill position, and then get younger in the draft. I feel that the team is going to look at getting younger. Maybe add a veteran piece here or there. I think that what Brad Holmes is looking at is like building sustained success. And how do you do that? You build your team with you through the draft, and then you add some key free agent pieces down the line. I'm happy that the Lions aren't out there overspending, because of the fact is it tells me that Brad Holmes and Mike Dizzard are being fiscally responsible and smart with their money when it comes to the Lions right now. They already have a cap issue. Why build on the cap issue? Why make it worse by making these big splash signings? If you even look, there's still plenty of players out there that the Lions can sign. There's plenty of players out there. Hill is one of the cornerback from the Rams, one of the guys that may be interested in coming to Detroit. They may be able to bring in. So I like what you're doing. Stay the course, Brad Holmes. Stay the course.
Yes.
Don't get itchy. Lions fans, please be patient, because Dan Campbell already told you the biting kneecaps may take a little while. We're gonna bite them, but we're gonna, to get him fully off the bone, it may take a little bit.
Right. That's one thing about Lions fans is we are so emotional when it comes to free agency, man. You ever like Lions fans like, oh man, we ain't get him. Like I'm like, some years you be like, oh, all we need is that piece, but this year is a true rebuild. And this year, you just gotta relax, man. Let it take its course, let it play out, and just calm down.
How you doing it? Bring it down a little bit.
Bring it down, people. Bring it down. I think it's just it's an approach that we see a lot actually in Detroit. I hate to say this, but yeah, every year it seems like we're going for 4 or 5 different guys that we really like, and we just watch them go to other teams and keep looking while they go and run off to somewhere else. And Richard Sherman swing and a miss, John Johnson swing and a miss. I mean, we're used to this. This happens to us a lot.
Right.
And I get it with where we're at on the rebuild, but I'm kind of discouraged in one way, because this is a lot of the same. It's not much different than any other free agency. I mean, there was a couple where we hit like Trey Flowers and a bunch of people that year. We had a lot of free agents brought in, supposedly good. But so maybe we are building it the right way, but I don't see much difference. I don't see it as patient. I see it as losing.
Well, you know what though? Like, I really feel this is just the way I feel. I feel that Brad Holmes is like, look, and I just can't go out here and just break the bank just because of the fact where the situation is, where it is. I mean, you look at the cap situation. It is kind of tough right now, and it's going to be.
They
tough.
left us in a bad situation.
Yeah. Like I said, like a scoring lover. They tore the house down to the studs.
They did.
Took everything out the house. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to buy new plates and new dishes and new cups and everything like that. And you got to go buy you a new TV. You know what I'm saying? Because, the person that left took out the door, walked out with all your good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Took your Xbox and your PlayStation and everything.
Took it all.
Took it all out the house. So,
not the Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, it is what it is. So, but I think that they're being smart, you know what I'm saying? Saving up, you know what I'm saying? Get younger. I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the draft. Don't think that they're going to sign anyone, but I just think they're going to take their time, and get some good, value players for what they want. Need in free agency. It's going to be a bunch of second tier, free agents, and as long as they don't overspend, I'm good, because we're used to right now in Quinn Trisha, they were paying top tier free agent money to second and third tier free agent.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Now that I agree with. But when Trey Flowers was out there, he was the top pass rusher on the market.
Yeah,
I still don't understand why.
when Rick Wagner was right tackle, when we got him, he was the highest rated right tackle.
He was
on
the
the
highest
market.
rated tackle.
Pro Bowls and everything comes to.
I think Bill Belichick fluctuated Trey Flowers' rankings. Because Trey Flowers has never had double-digit sacks.
Right.
Ever. So how was he the top, like one of the top 2 D ends in free agency if he ain't never had 10 sacks in his whole career?
I think it was how they utilized him. It wasn't just about sacks for him, quarterback pressures, and his ability to stop the run. That what made him much a viable piece, not just because of the sacks, because of what he could do as a whole as a defensive end. That's just my opinion. Might give me whatever. but that's and still still think that's true. Even in Detroit, when he played his best at Detroit, it wasn't a whole bunch of sack numbers. It was a back that he can come inside, he can play outside, he can stop the run, and he can play solid on the defensive line. So that's just my opinion of Trey Flowers. I think Trey Flowers is still a good, viable defensive player. He's
a good player. He just ain't no $5 million man, though. I can tell you that much. He should have got Julian Okwara. He should have got the Romeo Okwara numbers. Okay.
The money he's getting, he should.
But and I think the reason again why is that what they were coming off a Super Bowl as well. Yeah. That makes a hell of difference, a hell of beans. When you come off a Super Bowl victory and you come in in the free agency off a Super Bowl, you're gonna get some extra cheddar in that pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to end the free agent frenzy thing though with this. Are you okay, overwhelmed or underwhelmed with Detroit's free agency so far? I'll start, and I'm underwhelmed. That's where I'm at. What do you think, Curt?
I'm okay. I'm good.
You're okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
I'm okay. Not too much, not too little. I'm just okay.
Yeah. I'm underwhelmed. I think that they could have done some other things, but I don't think they're trying to build for this year. I think they're trying to build in the long term. And if you try to sign a lot of high priced people, which we don't have the cap for anyway, you're just going to strap yourself in later years. And I think that's what's going on this year. We're going to field a team. May not be a good team, but it will be a team out there.
Yeah, and it's going to be a team.
A team. And so we'll see how that all goes. All right, now I'm going to get to something that's new in the Detroit Lions on the Prowl. It's a Detroit Lions on the Prowl trivia question. The question is, which player led the Detroit Lions in receptions in the 2005 season? That's the question for today. We have winners on that question on Twitter. And so we'll show that guy right now, and then we'll wait on the rest of it. If you guys want to do that, this is a Google free question. So, I'll know if you Googled it because this is not easy. Okay.
It is not. I know one person who does know it, Shawnee J over Die Hard then.
He does know it. Okay.
He does know it.
Okay. Well, he should answer it then, because we don't have one on Facebook yet.
I have a guess.
Well, give me your guess.
Azakim.
You're wrong. Anyway.
It's not a wide receiver. It's a tight end.
It's a tight end.
That's how I've asked Shawnee this question, and I would say this: the only person that I know that that has outdone Shawnee J in Lions trivia is Eric Slick.
Yeah,
of Prater Detroit. He is a bananas Lions trivia guy.
Right.
I mean, like all the way back to the Portsmouth Spartans, like type of history type. That's where that guy is. So,
that's crazy stuff, man. I mean, I know my football and I know my Lions, but man, just some of these obscure questions from 1920, 30, I don't know.
Eric Slick even knows he knows the first stadium that the Portsmouth Spartans played in.
Wow. That's
like, shout out to that guy, and it was something funny. And that happened yesterday. And I got to say this because, I got the joke, my man. He friend of the show. My man fell for the okie doke yesterday on Twitter. And he
so
fell
did Jeremy.
For the okie doke.
Jeremy did too.
They had a fake, it's a fake Ian Rappaport rap sheet account out there. Yep. And they retweeted that Kenny G was going to the Ravens. And they were all retweeting. They were like, people were like, that's not the right account. And so Shout out to those guys over there. I know it was all, they took it all in stride, man. They really did. They have fun with it, but they were like, but it was funny.
We're gonna announce our winner and this is on Twitter. And it's Brendan Crow, not the Crow, but Brendan Crow. I hope I'm saying that right. CROWE, who got like this Russell question Crow. Right. And so that's amazing to me. So go to the Wall of Fame right now to recognize the people who have become members in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And we have 3 designations as members. The first designation is our bronze membership, and on the bronze membership we have Art Allen, Bubba Bo, Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion are all on that bronze level. Nomis J is on our silver level, and on our gold level we have Randy Price, the Gridiron Blitz, Detroit Dr. Detroit, and the doctor is in, by the way. And these people are on the Wall of Fame. You could become a member too. All you have to do is hit the join now button down at the bottom there by the video. And we got more information on that. Choose your level. And then actually, Curt, what do you think? We should go for the gold, right?
Yeah, definitely go for the gold. You know what though? And we have a, kind of a big announcement. And, I know Jim, he takes it all in stride, but thank you guys. We are up to, 1900 subscribers to the channel. We really appreciate you, man. 1 point, and it's not something that is easy to do. And Jim grinds behind the scenes and he does his thing. And we're happy for you as our family for joining, but Jim does an amazing job of making sure that we get this show out to as many of them as possible. So shout out to my man Jim for making sure that we're out there growing our family right here on the Prowl. Hey Jim, hey man, great job, my man. You doing your thing. Thank you. You know what it's time to do. It is time to see what you had to say about yesterday's show. It is time for the comment cards. Jim, what you got?
I got Coyote 5.0, and he says the running game has been so bad because the Lions stopped running the ball after Barry. I don't think they stopped running the ball. I just think that they can't. Too worried about being the next greatest show on turf. Time to get tough, be our own team, and stop trying to copy the rest of the league. Run the ball to death, and barring the pass is barring. I don't know what that means. To get easy to make. Plus, you control the clock as long as your defense plays good. If anybody knows what that means over there, then let me know. But
I think he's a typo. I think he said death and damn the passes.
Could be. Yeah. Makes more sense than bam or bomb or whatever that is. All right. Yeah. What you guys think? You guys think that we've stopped running the ball?
We just can't run it effectively.
Right.
Well, when you continue to run it up the lineman's behind every single time and get nowhere.
I think it's the whole scheme.
The scheme was bad.
Yeah, I think it's like the scheme. I think we just have like interchangeable like flaws. Like first it's the running back, then it's the lineman. Then it's the scheme. We just never have the scheme, running backs, and linemen all at the same time. I think that's the problem with Detroit.
Great point, Mike. I agree with you 100%. All right, next we have Tim Evans down on the farm like Bob Evans. Get their breakfast sausages. All right, what do you guys think? Thoughts on Romeo Okwara signing brothers? Okay, the Romeo Okwara brothers signing. I like it, man. We've talked about this on the show. I mean, I like the fact that those guys are going to stay and be able to grow together. Their ceiling is going to be high. They're both high motor guys, so I like it.
Julian has a place to sleep, so we're good.
Exactly.
Got that three hots in the cot with his brother.
Right. Hey, say that money, man.
Say that money.
Jeff Inglesby, right? Yeah, Jeff Inglesby. Mike Jones, congratulations on your coaching appointment.
Yeah.
He said it's always good to get back to coaching. Good luck, bro. Great show today, fellas. Hey, Jeffrey, I thank you a lot, man. I'm excited. I've been watching the Glacier app. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's the Glacier app. It just shows you different techniques and styles and of successful teams in your state, and I watch that faithfully. So I'm studying, man. My studying never stops. So thanks, Jeff.
We are going to have something coming up on Monday, and Mike Jones is going to be doing what's called a Coach's Corner with Coach Mike. And so we're going to break down players and stuff like that. He's going to have a player a day to break down. That's going to be his session here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. That starts Monday, folks. So I just wanted to make sure you guys all knew that. Okay, we got Kevin Weekly, and he says, I hope Stenberg gets a chance. I know how he plays Campbell football. I know he plays Campbell football. Yeah, me too. Anybody's going to bite some kneecaps. It's going to be Logan Stenberg. My problem with Logan Stenberg at this point is I do not think he's ready. I still don't think he's ready. I don't see him as a starter yet. And I don't know. Mr. Nasty.
Mr. Nasty coming out of University of Kentucky. Oh, yeah, I think he just needs to get ready. I kind of see him what my former what my guy over diehard then had to say about a former lineman. He just fell in love with him, and he was just never ready. That's what I kind of feel about Stenberg, and that was one. Shawnee J gonna kill me. Bo Benswazer.
He loved him some Bo.
He was gonna say it, Kurt. I know it.
He kind of reminds me of, they kind of remind me of each other where they were good in college, but it's going to take some work to get them to the next level. And sometimes guys like that get passed over, waiting to get better, and new young guys come into the league that are actually ready to play.
Yeah, but if anybody got that Dan Campbell attitude, man,
it's Logan.
It's the Wolverine Logan.
It is.
Definitely. All right, Mike Shaler says, I wouldn't hate the Lions for taking a quarterback with their first pick in the draft. He could sit behind Goff for a couple of years while we continue to add pieces. With all the picks we have the next few drafts, the homegrown talent level of this team should be busting in a few years. Sprinkle in some key free agents, and that young quarterback should be ready to rock if Goff isn't cutting it. There's a lot of people that share that sentiment. There is. I was on a live yesterday, and shout out to my man Speak Easy over there at Woodward Sports. I was on his show yesterday, and that's his take. He really wants the Lions to draft, how he calls him Trigger Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. I get it. Am I really sold on the Lions? I don't think the Lions are going to take a quarterback in that first part of the draft. They may take one down the line, but I'm just not sold on them taking one in the first round. I think they're going to trade back and kind of try to build some pieces around Jared Goff and try to make the team a little bit better. So that's what I see. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, because who the hell knows besides Brad Holmes? But that's just what I see.
I see this. I say, look at the money. And if you've got a guy, and I know Green Bay does this, but I don't know if this is going to be particularly good for the Lions. If you have this guy sit his first year, possibly his second year, because Goff is going to cost us some money to cut unless we trade him. And then if you just get the guy and you're trading him already, and you already got a first round quarterback in his first year before he's even played, what does that say about Jared Goff? And if it says that, then what is his value right after you do that? It plummets. So that's one thing. The second thing is you're wasting years on a rookie deal. And so a lot of teams that have a good quarterback or a great quarterback on a rookie deal can patch holes elsewhere, bring in high-priced free agents and things like that when that build is ready. I think we waste 2 to 3 years, because I don't think this team is going to be competitive until 2023. If you think that Trey Lance is a franchise quarterback, I guess you take him, but I just think this is the wrong draft for us to draft the quarterback.
Okay.
Not that high. Not that high.
I got a little bit different spin on it. I'm just going to take this approach to it. I'm not necessarily saying I believe in it truly, but if you look at the Patriots, I know everybody hates looking at the Patriots. If you look at the Patriots, they always keep one in the chamber behind Brady.
Yep.
So, you got Goff, and for 2 years. So maybe you let that guy sit for 2 years, and you you assess that guy, and if he's a high commodity and Goff is doing pretty good, then you can trade that guy, and he'll probably get a high pick for him or a couple picks for him. And or if Goff is staking up the joint, like a lot of people think that he will, then that guy's ready to go and he's not thrown out in the fire so quickly. So, it could backfire, but I think it might be a good plan for the Lions. So I wouldn't be too mad if they did it.
We just have so many needs.
Yeah.
The
caveat on that, Mike, is that they weren't drafting quarterbacks in the first round to sit behind Tom Brady.
Right.
They were getting mid-round quarterbacks, to sit behind Brady. It wasn't like they weren't going up and grabbing the quarterback in the first round to sit behind Brady.
True.
So that would make my only caveat on that was that, and I know Love is itching to play up there in Green Bay. And right now, like he's going to be sitting because of the way that Aaron Rodgers is playing up there.
Right.
The boogeyman is getting it up there in Green Bay. So, so that, some people look at that, for Jordan Love to be like, you kind of wasting him sitting behind him for a couple of years. And, maybe his draft stock is going, maybe his trade stock is going to go down because you're not seeing him on the field. So people aren't going to know what they're getting in Love in the trade market.
Yesterday when you said something about Atlanta putting that thing about Drew Brees, you thought it was kind of funny. We're gonna do that for Aaron Rodgers, okay? we gonna be like, man, we so glad you gone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Mike, you got the last one?
Mike, you got the last one.
Yep. So this comes from Joseph Murdoch. It says, yes, as I predicted. Yes, as I predicted, they will add a top running back in the second round if Najee Harris or Jay Williams is on the board. Mark it down. Lions gonna run the ball. You know what? I can't say anything against that. Although if we do go offense in the first round, like we get a tackle or we get a receiver, I don't see us going offense again in the second round. But it really just depends on what we do at number 7 if we go and get a running back that early. I don't necessarily think that we should. Probably maybe in the 4th or 5th round, maybe 6th round, you get a running back. There's some pretty good running backs like Phillip Lindsay that went undrafted. So it's not a necessity. I don't think you go up with it. That would be like in 6 years. 5 years, we go in the second round 3 times.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I don't know, man. I don't know what you think, Jim.
Well, that's what you stole my thunder. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Bad.
I love Najee Harris actually, but I think that I just don't see us drafting him in the second round. I think that speaks the wrong message to Swift, and we're trying to revitalize carry on. I think we got that 1-2 punch right there. I think we need to add a veteran maybe, and I also think that that we're gonna draft one really late, and maybe even an undrafted free agent. That's what I've been advocating for.
Yes, I agree with you guys. Our resident lawyer firm on the show, Murdoch and Associates, always brings some interesting tidbits. So, shout out to Joseph Murdoch, man. He does a good job. But yeah, I don't see the Lions really drafting a running back that high. Shawnee J, though, he really loves over at Die Hard. Then he really loves Najee Harris, man.
I do too.
It's almost it's almost the same love as he's giving Bo Benswazzle. So
that's a big amount of love for him.
He really loves Najee Harris, but I just don't see the Lions going out and getting him that high because he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be a late first rounder, early second rounder. So I don't think the Lions are going to be able to. I'm going to go for that.
Right. You know what though? Shawnee J was right about Jonathan Taylor.
So was I.
And you were too. Yeah, you were too. So maybe we should take a few notes from Sean, man. Maybe
You
did.
Yeah, you know what though? I'm still good with DeAndre Swift.
I'm great with DeAndre Swift.
I'm still good with what I got. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good with it, but I would have preferred.
I might get. You see, but here's the deal. Who says, and you have to give me a second now, who says with our offensive line that Jonathan Taylor would have had the same production in Detroit that he did in Indianapolis?
True. No, totally can agree with you on that.
Yep.
And the scheme fit, and Patricia being the coach. I mean, there's a
he
lot
ran a lot of people to the ground in Detroit.
Yes, he did.
He did. Number on Tabahi.
Yeah. Woo. Man.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to the question of the day. The question of the day: do you think the Lions made the right moves by making no moves so far? Basically, signing their own, which is really good. Actually, that's a good thing. Shows other people that they can get another contract in Detroit. You know, they're not going to let everybody walk, or, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that's a good thing. But what do you guys think? Tell us in the comments below. And now we're going to go to my favorite part of the show. It is a dessert with Curt.
All right, today is dessert. It's definitely have to do with yesterday's nice free agent signing of one Romeo Okwara. Now, I looked out at Twitter, and I wanted to read you what his brother had to say about his re-signing. He said, from undrafted to one of the best defensive ends in the league. Appreciate you for showing me the ropes. Now let's take over. Wow.
Hold on.
That is a good statement. That is a good statement from the younger brother, you know, showing respect to his older brother and congratulating him on his contract and, you know, getting fired up about playing with his brother long term. So
let's take this over.
FOE.
Let's take it over.
FOE.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So family over everything, and you know how that's just a really good deal, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of guys that can definitely say that, you know, they can play with their brothers in the league. You know, like we said the other day, you know, there's a couple guys, you know, McCourty brothers and the Griffith guys out there in Seattle, and then the two Watt brothers, the younger ones in Pittsburgh, and we got the two Okwara brothers, you know. And it's like rare that you see the two brothers play the same position that's on the same team, where you have both of them playing defensive end or edge. So that's going to be good. I'm excited to see them grow together as defensive end edge rushers in the league.
Me too. I'm going to go to our final thoughts, and then first I'm going to go. Day one was amazing for everyone else around the league, and there was just people were getting signed left and right, and you kind of knew that Detroit wasn't going to be making these big, huge splash plays, but I thought we were going to get at least one or two like under the radar signings, and we got nothing. So we're gonna build this team. It's gonna be built slow. This next season's gonna be a little rough, but I think as we grow, you're gonna start to see, and I think we're gonna see some wheeling and dealing. So I don't think we're done yet in the trade department. I would watch that. I think that's gonna come up
too early.
Too early. Definitely too early. And I really appreciate everybody too. And you guys you guys just don't understand how much of a team that this is here at Lions on the Prowl, and how much we put people up when they deserve it. And Mike, really, that is such a good thing that you got to be the coach there. That is really are proud of you, and I think that's an awesome thing. And Curt, man, graduating Full Sail University with a and all that stuff, man. I mean, that's another level. That's another level of broadcasting that Curt brings to the team that people may not realize that. So I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge the talent that we have on this team. This team is very talented, and we got some big things coming forward, and we'll have some announcements later, but you just know there's some big things coming.
Not just any school, the damn Patrick school.
Yeah.
Those that know Dan Patrick, that is a big name in the sportscasting industry. So, Mike, final thoughts for today.
Yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to Tim, to Michigan Evans. He hit me up on Messenger. He messaged me, man, and said congrats on the job. And we sat there and we spent about 5 minutes, man. We exchanged messages, man, and he just told me congratulations, and I'm doing good, and he's adding things to the show, man. So shout out to the Tim to Michigan Evans, man. Much love to you, bro. What's up, Curt?
All right. So my deal is be patient, Lions fans. Think about this. If you look at all the signings yesterday, guess what one team besides the Lions that has a ton of cap space you didn't hear yesterday? The Indianapolis Colts. Didn't hear a lot from them yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Because guess
that
what?
surprises me.
They're playing the long game, and sometimes you have to play the long game to get where you're going. It's the tortoise and the hare, and right now we got to be the tortoise in Detroit, and that's just all I have to. That's really what we need. We're at where we need to be.
I have one
just,
more thing that I forgot to say,
Yeah.
and I have to say this. I met this guy in the gas station at Myers yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and he said we were talking football for like 5-10 minutes while we were,
Mhm.
I was going about my business. Lamont, shout out to you. Appreciate the time, and I hope you enjoy the show. Just thank you very much. Sorry, I had to put it in there.
And I get that down here in North Carolina. People see me in Walmart or wherever, and I got so many people to listen to the show or watch the show just because they meet me somewhere and I have Lions stuff on, and they be like, oh, I got a show, and I make sure I plug Lions on the Prowl and Die Hard in, and to get them to kind of take a look and take a listen, and shout out to everyone here. It's one of those things. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I'm just so happy and proud to be part of something that we're doing right now, something that we're building.
Yes.
1900. I don't know if you guys remember when I came onto the show back in late October, early November, we had around 600, like 585 or something like that. And that short time, from that time to now, we've just about tripled in size for our family here in Detroit Lions and the Prowl. So we appreciate you guys being part of our family. And shout out to my man Speak Easy. He brought me onto his show live yesterday to speak on the Romeo Okwara signing. And shout out to the DSA, all those guys over there. And then some of the guys that were that followed this show. Dr. Detroit was over there when I was over there. One Funky Lions fan was over there. Steve-O. All of those guys were on that live with myself and Speak Easy Sports. Hey, we appreciate you, fam. And thank you for supporting us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, join the family, subscribe to the channel. Hey, like the video, share the videos, comment, answer the question of the day. And all of that we love because it helps us grow this channel for more Lions fans just like yourself. And check us out over at bellyupsports.com. You can check out a ton of content for sports over there on Belly Up Sports, and you get tons of podcasts and great articles by some great writers over there on Belly Up Sports. And you can listen to that audio version on what? Skull Candy headphones. Hey, you can get a great deal on the links below, and a portion of the sales from that link go to help us grow this channel. Hey, it is Tuesday. More news is coming. Free agency frenzy is just starting. Don't get discouraged. There's more coming. Hey, as you go about your day, whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do. You got to bounce up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim and Mike right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.